once those major lessons are achieved, then what I end up seeing is anxious, preoccupied individuals really enjoying their time alone and actually being like, interesting. I enjoy my, weeknights, 3 nights of the week or 4 nights of the week by myself. I actually enjoy like cooking myself a nice meal and just taking time and doing something on my own. And I don't feel this like anxiety or loneliness being alone. And that's like when we see like you're getting there, you're really on track to becoming secure. My name is Thais Gibson, and I'm the creator of the Personal Development School. This is your daily breakthrough video. And in this video, I want to talk to you a little bit about the anxious preoccupied lessons when it comes to the different stages of healing. So we're going to cover 9 main lessons that are really important that I don't find anxious preoccupied necessarily learn in this exact order, but they tend to follow like similar patterns to these lessons in terms of what they feel most comfortable working through first and the areas they really empower themselves around. And then what tends to be more difficult and sort of comes later on in terms of becoming secure, becoming healed, and having a really thriving relationship to themselves. So the first lesson is all about the anxious, preoccupied individual getting to know themselves. This means understanding your feelings. Understanding your needs is a really big, important part, and getting to know like your different personality needs, getting to know your needs from relationships, your needs from other people, and really your needs in the relationship to yourself. And this tends to be like a really big lesson in self-exploration, which is an important part of the healing process in its beginning for anxious, preoccupied individuals. If you want to do a deep dive into needs as a whole, we have a course called Discover, Embrace, and Fulfill Your Personal Needs. Inside PDS, there's a link in the description box below to our all access pass, which will give you access to our entire 7-day free trial that we have going on right now. And you can try that course out for free. Number 2, being able to self-soothe. Now, this is something that takes a little bit of time. It's definitely a process, but it's about really learning to like question your stories, find strategies to meet your own needs, and really be able to show up. And when you're feeling needy, afraid, consumed, being able to self-regulate. And we've got tons of content on that on this channel and inside PDS. We've got a course all about self-love and self-soothing that just came out last month. You can check that out in the all access membership pass as well. But it's really being able to feel like you can get out of that cycle of all those emotions, all those feelings, where it feels like those things are kind of in charge of you instead of you being able to recognize, oh, here's a pattern of mine, and work through that. So you feel like you're in charge of that and you can regulate and come out of that very quickly if it ever gets triggered, and eventually work on those root cause triggers themselves so it doesn't keep coming back. Number 3, being able to set boundaries and speak up. This is a really big one for anxious, preoccupied individuals, and it's such an important part of your healing. And it can take a little bit of time to get there because sometimes APs are a little bit afraid of setting boundaries, of having those conversations. But once you start reprogramming your beliefs about setting boundaries, the beliefs that I'll be a burden or I'll be abandoned if I set boundaries, or people will think that I'm undeserving of having boundaries. Once you work through those fears, setting boundaries, once you've identified them as well, comes quite easily. We have a boundaries course as well. Number 4, enjoying time alone. This is like a really big rite of passage in the stages of healing. Like once you know yourself, once you're able to self-soothe, once you're able to honor your boundaries and speak up, what I see happen once those major lessons are achieved, which really isn't that difficult to get there, but it does require a little bit of work and correct tools to get there. Then what I end up seeing is anxious, preoccupied individuals really enjoying their time alone and actually being like, interesting. I enjoy my, weeknights, 3 nights of the week or 4 nights of the week by myself. I actually enjoy like cooking myself a nice meal and just taking time and doing something on my own. And I don't feel this like anxiety or loneliness being alone. And that's like when we see like you're getting there, you're really on track to becoming secure. Number 5 is ending codependency and enmeshment. And this means like not enabling people in the context of AP, anxious, preoccupied. It's like not enabling people, not over feeling other people's feelings, under feeling your own, not putting everybody's needs ahead of your own and putting yours way last. Being able to say yes to the things that are yeses for you, no's to the things that are no's for you, honoring your truth, not trying to manage other people's lives or do things for them. Like once there are these sort of pieces coming together, which will sort of be like a manifestation of the first four that we've talked about, this will start to sort of come up in terms of stages of healing. You'll see that there's just a lack of codependency. Now, at first, you'll be triggered less because of that. Because you're not trying to expect things from people. Instead, you're communicating. You're not trying to manage everybody and control everything. And then when people don't do what you want or things don't go your way, you're not in this position where it's like, oh my goodness, I feel out of control, because you're not trying to control everything and everybody around you. And these are somewhat of codependent patterns. And so as you're releasing a lot of these things, you'll see that you get a lot of your life energy back as well. And you feel clearer and more focused and on point for like what's important to you, and being able to have harmonious relationships that are actually much more deeply connected, because you're in your truth. You're getting seen, you're getting heard, you're getting understood, because you're sharing yourself, but you're not taking things on or people pleasing in a way that betrays yourself, and then feeling like, why don't people understand me? Why are people allowing, why are people betraying me? When really a lot of it's you betraying your own boundaries, and working outside of the boundary of your sense of self. Number 6 is releasing people pleasing moment to moment. And I specifically am saying moment to moment because a lot of APs will start ending their people pleasing, but it's really like in the moment itself, noticing that urge come up to people please and being able to like stay in your space and realize, no, me saying yes to that is me people pleasing. That doesn't feel good for me. And that sort of goes hand in hand with number 7 here, which is being able to stay checked into yourself, tuned into yourself, tuned into your feelings, your needs, what your truth is. And it allows you to like be in alignment with that. So an example of this could be if somebody asks you for a favor and they say, hey, can you help me with this work assignment? But you are like, oh my gosh, I have deadlines up to here, and I'm not going to be able to get my stuff done if I say yes to their stuff. Sometimes we'll see APs just say yes and be like, I'll just pull an all-nighter and do their work and my work too. Like we'll see anxious individuals really like abandon themselves. But when we see this sort of happen, and an anxious individual is healing, what we'll see is they're able to say, I would love to help you, but I've got a lot on my plate right now and I'm not able to. Wishing you lots of luck. Like they're able to move beyond self-betrayal and be able to do that in real time, which again, now we're getting really close to being like a securely attached individual through and through. And then number 8 is being able to communicate your needs in a healthy way. And number 9 is being able to, these two go together as well. Number 9 is being able to not personalize if somebody can't then meet those needs, because you feel empowered to meet those needs within the relationship to yourself. So there's this idea, like when we want healthy interdependence, that we have to be able to communicate and share our needs for others. With others, you have to be the person that if you do need help at work, that you feel comfortable asking, just like somebody might ask you in that last example. However, it's healthy for people to say no sometimes, and it's not personal. It just requires that you pivot or you set a deadline back or whatever it might be. But there's this interesting balance of like, I have to be able to share, ask for help, receive support, communicate. But also if somebody's not able to do something when I want them to, I have to be able to show up for myself and find those solutions within myself at the same time without personalizing that somebody's not available when I need them to be, because people will never always be available the way we want them to be and when we want them to be. And so there's this healthy ability to be vulnerable, but also rely on oneself and not personalize if one thing isn't perfect in the dynamic. So these are some major stages of healing. Once I see these things, I'm like, you are getting secure, or you already are very secure, or you're very much at least predominantly secure by right around lesson number 6, I would say. So anyways, hopefully that all makes sense. Of course, there's other things to learn and grow through, but those are really the major ones that I look for when I'm sort of auditing how somebody's doing on their journey to thriving relationships and to being fully healed. So thank you so much for watching. I guess I can't say fully healed. I'd say like as healed as we can be, because we'll always go through healing and lessons, and life will be a journey of new challenges and new things we have to go through and work through. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Remember, there is that link in the description box below for the 7-day free trial. If you want to do a deep dive into those courses, they're very results oriented. They'll save you a lot of time. They'll make everything super clear for you. And I will see you in the next video.